What's going on, guys? Dimitri with My Trading Profit here. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. Welcome to 2020. Today we're going to start with the dollar index, crude oil, and gold before looking at the major currency pairs. So be sure to stick around for the whole video. So let's get started right now. All right, quick disclaimer that today's video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. My opinion is not intended as a trading advice, investment advice, or anything of that nature. Forex is a high reward, high risk business, and you should not trade with borrowed money or money you cannot afford to lose. So please scroll down to the bottom of the page and read a full disclaimer. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like down below. First up is the dollar index. Notice that we broke out of the ascending weekly channel, as well as the key level of 97.35. We can see the lower lows and lower highs. That confirms a downtrend. Last week, we got a rejection of 96.4 level, which means that next week we could see a possible pullback and retest of the key level of 97.35. Looking at the daily, we can see a bullish engulfing candle right here, as well as a clear downtrend structure. If we get a pullback and rejection of the key level of 97.35, I would look for short opportunities to the downside to targets 96.80, 96.40, and 96.20. Next up is gold. Last week, we had a strong rally to the key level of 155, but failed to close above it. So if the market fails to break this level next week, we might be looking at double top formation and a possible reversal. Looking at the daily, notice how overextended this whole move was, and I think we might be due for some kind of correction. I would, however, stay away from trading gold at this moment in time and wait for more directional confirmation. So if we break above the key level and retest it, I would be bullish to the next level of 1575.10. I would be bearish if on the 4-hour we break below this trend line and create some kind of retest of this area of 1535.80. From then on, I would go and my targets would be either at 78.60 Fibonacci retracement level or where this previous move started from, so around here, which is 1521. On the other hand, since we had a very strong impulse to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of pullback and continuation. So support level of 1535.80 will play a major role here. If the market pulls back to it, creates a bullish flag, then there might be a continuation and retest of the key level. And like I said before, if we break below this level and retest it, then my bias would be bearish. Crude oil. We had a spike in price last week due to ongoing tensions between US and Iran. Price failed to close above the resistance level of 63.5, and you can see that we're still inside of the ascending channel. There are higher lows and higher highs confirming the uptrend direction. But to get a better idea, let's look at the 4-hour. If we get a pullback and rejection of the area around 61.6, we might see a continuation to levels 63.5. If we break above it and retest it, then the next target would be 64.90. In a very unlikely situation, in case the price falls down and closes below the channel and also the zone between the 61.6 and 61.1, I would be looking into sells around this area into the key level of 59.3. Next up is AUDUSD. We have a clear uptrend structure with higher highs and higher lows inside of an ascending channel. Support area of 0.693 will act as a deciding point for a bias. If the price rejects it, we might see a continuation to the upside to test resistance levels at 0.699. And then if we close above it, retest it, we'll go higher to 0.702. If, on the other hand, we drop below it, retest it, then we're bearish to levels 0.688 and 0.6860. EURUSD daily time frame. The price is in an uptrend inside of an ascending channel. Notice the bearish engulfing candle that closed below the support area of 1.118 that now became a resistance. 4-hour time frame. If the price retests the area of 1.111 and rejects it, this would be a nice area to start looking for bullish setups. The price may then reverse and go up to test the level of 1.118. If we break above the resistance level and retest it, then we might see a continuation to the next level of 1.125. All right, guys, GBPUSD. Notice this big sell-off that started in the beginning of December. If all of this was the driver, then there is a possibility that we're currently in a correction. And this could also be a bearish flag. So if this is correct and we are currently in a corrective state, that means we're going to see some kind of continuation in the near future. As of now, we're currently in an ascending channel, and I think we might see another push to the upside to levels 1.328 and also 1.334. If, however, we break below the support level of 1.3065 and break out of the ascending channel, I would be bearish to levels 1.301, 1.293, and 1.285. Next up is NZDUSD. Similar to AUDUSD, we have a clear structure to the upside with higher highs and higher lows inside of the ascending channel. Support area of 0.6625 will act as a deciding point for a bias. If the price rejects it, we might see a continuation to the upside to test the resistance level of 0.671 and possibly 0.675. If, on the other hand, we drop below the zone, break out of the ascending channel, retest the zone, then we're bearish to levels 0.656 and 0.652. All right, guys, let's look at the USDCAD. The price, again, is in a clear downtrend direction because we have the lower highs and lower lows. Last week, we broke the support area of 1.306. Since this move is overextended, I would like to see some kind of a flag formation to test the top of the channel as well as the zone. And if we get that next week, then I would start to look for some reversal patterns to the downside to test the support area of 1.298 and then 1.294. Next up is the USD Swiss. We can see the lower lows and lower highs inside of the descending channel. Last week, the market formed a bearish flag, but of course, before we can take sells, we need a breakout of the counter trend line, retest of the supply and demand zone. And if this happens next week, then we may see a continuation to the downside to levels 0.968 and 0.965. On the other hand, if the price breaks out of the supply and demand zone to the upside, breaks the channel and retests it, I would be bullish to the resistance level of 0.98. All right, guys, and finally, USDJPY. Last week, we broke out of the ascending channel, but failed to close below the support area of 107.95. Even though we have a very nice downtrend structure here, I would be careful selling off of these lows because the impulse is slightly overextended at this moment in time. So if the price breaks out of this trend line and retests the zone and support level of 108.16, there is a good possibility that the price may be reaching the level of 108.70 or at least the 108.5. If the price breaks the support level of 107.95, retests it, test the top of the trend line. Then we might see a completion of the wave 5 formation to support levels of 107.6 and 107.4. So like I said before, this would be wave 5 formation. So please take some caution when taking trades in this area. So this is it for me this week, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. And if you did, please let me know by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Big thank you for watching, and I wish you a profitable week and a fantastic year. Take care.